Howdy y'all.
Hi guys.
It's Ryan.
And Angela.
From RNA Music. Favorite mom and pop guitar shop. Deep in the heart of Texas. That's where we're at right now. Yeah! And we're back.
That's right.
We missed a week again.
That's all right.
Son of a biscuit face. Mother biscuits. We're back. Let's get to some something or another.
Yeah.
Let's do what we do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all, we are back for another episode of Ask RNA, episode number 337. Not 227.
Not 227.
337
like
episode of Ask RNA, where Angela and I are going to answer y'all's questions from all over the world. Yeah, we missed last week.
Yes.
Another Angela was a little sticky poo.
Yeah, sorry.
But now she's better.
Yes, I am.
And we're back.
Yes.
So, if you're new here, we have a little guitar shop and music lesson studio deep in the heart of Texas in a small town with hardly any people in it. Yet we're busting at the seams teaching lessons, which is amazing.
It is. It really
Busier
is.
than we've ever been, actually. It's kind of crazy. But,
Yes.
yep. And we do some YouTube videos from time to time. And at least once a week, usually, we answer questions from people all over the planet.
Right.
Which is amazing if you think about it. And now we're going to answer some right now for you guys. Let's get to the questions. First question, Terry Starks. He says, oh, wowzer, wowsy, wowzer. Oh, wow. I'm sorry it's been a while. Hashtag Lando, hashtag KTMA. So now that y'all opened up this can of worms, Angela, 50s through now, female prolific singers / songwriters. Where, in your opinion, does Carole King stand in her collaboration with James Taylor? Also, the other queens of early rock, Joni Mitchell and Linda Ronstadt. That's a lot of question, Terry.
Yeah, it is.
We have a limited amount of time to answer this. Ryan, do you ever want to sing any Jackson Browne ballads to Angela on the front porch with your Washburn? Love y'all. All right. Thank you, Terry. All right.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that first question is a question, or is it 50s through now prolific singers? Where does your opinion Carole King stand with them? Or 50s through now?
I'll just answer it.
Okay.
Let me just answer it. We don't need to analyze
Okay.
it. Okay.
Answer.
So,
while I sip on my
where does
diet
Carole
soda.
King stand? She stands high because she's an amazing vocalist, singer-songwriter. You know, she just has that great sound to her voice.
I'm related to her.
Really?
Yeah. I have a cousin named Carole.
That doesn't... What? I was like, what?
And you're like, what is this?
What are you talking about?
I'm
I
not
don't understand. No, you're not. Stop being weird. Okay, so Carole King is amazing. I love Carole King. Joni Mitchell, Linda Ronstadt, right up there. That's what I grew up listening to. They are the women that kind of shaped my childhood. When I think of, 70s, 80s, 60s, like that's that folky, great singer-songwriter voice, James Taylor, all of that. That was that part of my childhood that my mom contributed to shaping my early developmental stages of music and how rich alto voices can sound. Beautiful alto voice women can sound. So, yeah, I think they're important. I think a lot of women singers don't realize how important they were to even the Whitney Houstons of the day. When it came to writing songs that weren't church type songs, I think that they drew from those women. So yeah, I think they played a major role in even songs that are written today. So I don't know if that answers your question, but yes, you hate
their guts.
I hold them in high regard
Okay.
and respect for their talent and what they contributed to the music community. So
those are two different things. All right, stick that out. That's going to interfere with the microphone, girl.
What? I don't have anywhere to put.
You're getting text messages.
No, it's not. I turned all that off.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you going to sing me any Jackson Browne?
I don't know any Jackson Browne ballads.
Yeah,
Do
I
you
don't
know?
either.
Could you name a ballad from Jackson Browne?
I have no idea.
I don't even know who that is. I've heard the name. That name sounds familiar. I couldn't name you any of his songs. So
Nope.
Probably not.
No, sorry.
And if I did, it would be on my Takamine, though.
Yeah.
I don't...
Yeah.
That was Angela's washburn.
Or my...
I have a lovely made in Japan Takamine EAN 40C. It's nice. Angela has a very nice Yamaha acoustic that I actually like playing because it's prettier than mine. Yours is prettier than mine. Mine's very...
It's just been worn.
Plain.
It's just
has some dings.
Has some life to it. Yeah.
So your little washburn acoustic is more for in lessons and stuff. But thank you for the question, Terry. Next question. This should be great. Rick Mel. Hi, I need your help. I bought a Fender with a regular 6-screw vintage trim, but the trim hole is worn out. Should I replace it with a regular vintage like the one it has, or should I replace it with a pop-in trim system? Okay. The trim hole, I mean, is the hole where the arm fits in is wore out? Is that what is worn out? Or are the holes that the bridge is screwed in worn out? I'm unsure what that.
He can't answer you, so.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you meant. If it's just the hole that the arm goes in is worn out. That's a good question. I only have 2 guitars with a trim system, and they have the arm that just pops in and has a little grub screw that you kind of tighten down the tension on it. It's not a threaded swivel in there arm. I don't really like the threaded ones very much, personally. If you're going to replace it anyways, if you're going to have to replace it one way or the other, for me, my preference would be the pop-in one. But then again, is it a USA? Is it old? Is it vintage? Do you want to keep it to spec or whatever that stuff? If it's a player guitar for playing purposes, I like the pop-in ones versus the threaded. You got to swivel it in there.
Okay.
So that would probably my choice would be the pop-in one. But it depends. Do you want to keep it Fender spec or what do you want to do? That's probably what I would do. Guys and gals down below, let him know your comment on that if you had to replace it on your Fender. But I think the question is, what kind of Fender is it? How old is it? What year? All that kind of stuff. Is it vintage? If it was a vintage one, then probably keep it vintage. If not, Any more data, Rick? But that's what I think for now with the data I have. Next question, Jack the Rabbit. #Lando. Question for both of you for next week. What is your biggest passion / hobby outside of music? If you didn't own a music shop, what would be your second choice for work? Or better yet, what is your dream job? Peace. What is your biggest passion hobby outside of music? Angela?
I don't know.
Being a minister?
Yeah, ministering. I guess it's a passion. It's more like a calling.
What consumes your life outside of music?
Ministry consumes my life. I mean, it's a good consumption of life. I don't know. That doesn't sound right. But yes, that's what I spend most of my time writing, podcasting, counseling women, just being there for people, interpreting dreams for people, because I'm really good at that, apparently, as a newfound gift, I guess, that I have had.
Is it, though? Is it new?
No, it's not new. I just haven't talked about it a lot.
You're embracing it, finally.
But yeah, that would be probably it. I would do that full time, traveling, meeting with women, and just, counseling them in just everyday life. So my dream job would, the first thing that popped up in my mind, which is interesting, and it kind of made me wonder, would probably like going into the prison systems and ministering to women that are in prison or getting out of prison, like trustees that are about to transition out into the real world to get their life back and to help them get their life back. Like if I can get a job where I can like get my hands around women who have lost their children, who've lost their spouses, and can get them back to a healthy relationship so they can get their children out of foster care or back into their custody, that would be awesome.
Like a social worker.
Yes, but not working for the state. I would rather work for like a nonprofit that doesn't have the state's hands on things, because the state can ruin a lot of stuff.
What?
And so I would.
The government screws stuff up constantly.
Imagine. Gasp.
And is full of corruption.
Gasp. I mean,
Texas
is pretty great when it comes to reuniting families, but it is still a system that is not that great. So, that's what I would do. I think I would work with families and children in foster care and with women coming out of correction facilities to reunite them with their children who may or may not be in foster care. So, yeah. What would you do? What would you do? What's your biggest passion outside of the music?
Angela.
Me. He would come along protecting me. He would be my personal bodyguard.
Yeah. What consumes my thoughts and my times outside of music? Angela.
Would you like be a health and wellness, like a fitness instructor and stuff? Like, I think that'd be good for you.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I was gonna say there's really
you could focus all your time on like working out and eating right and getting. Like,
there's really nothing besides music.
Yeah.
Kind of. I mean, video games, but that's not a real.
No, but you don't like do that all the time. You are mostly like when you're in his free time. Let me just say this: in his free time.
I don't know what I do. You tell me.
He does play video games. I mean, that's just something that he does on the not all the time though.
Yeah.
But most of the time, it's like watching videos of musicians and what they do. It's always music related. Like almost everything you do outside of the shop is music related, whether it's learning from other podcasters or YouTube people or whatever. It's always just kind of ingesting information about the new gear and new stuff like that. You spend most of your time doing that.
Yeah.
Either that or fitness. That's what I was saying. Like
fitness cake in my mouth.
Fitness pizza
in my belly.
So that's what I would think, because that's what you do more. You do that way more than you play video games.
Yeah.
So that's usually the first thing you listen to whenever you get up in the mornings.
That'll feed. There's another question about that kind of feeds in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been so obsessed with music for as long as I can remember. Before that, like I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, because it doesn't play sports. It's not like you have like a hobby like models or planes.
I go shoot guns sometimes, but not a lot. Because that's an expensive.
Yeah.
You think guitars are expensive, man?
Yeah.
Shooting guns like every weekend.
Literally, you're throwing away your money.
Let me just set all these dollars on fire and throw them down range. Woo!
Yes.
At least with the guitars, like there's my money. There it is. I can sell it if I wanted to.
Yeah,
you can't sell them. You can't sell them bullets after they've been shot.
Nope.
So I mean, that's a very casual hobby. I like it, but it's not. But I don't hunt. I don't play golf. I don't build race cars. I got buddies who go race cars.
Basketball with the guys
on the weekend. They go like to races. I'm gonna go drag races.
What's the thing called that people do with football games? They have their dream
fantasy
team.
Football.
Yeah, fantasy football.
I don't play Magic the Gathering.
Thank God.
Or
not that
Pokemon.
There's anything wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. We know people who do that.
Okay.
They're great nerds.
They really are.
Yeah, I don't know. Music is everything. Like I've had other jobs. Like we've had all kinds of jobs in the past, but I don't know. Own a pizza joint maybe. I like to eat pizza. That'd be great. Get
pizza
fat and
taco.
sassy. Yeah.
Pizza tacos.
My dream job, man. I think this is it.
I think we're doing it.
I think this is it. I mean, honestly, really. We were talking about it the other day. It's like, man, we are living the freaking dream, Angela.
Yeah. It's more like his dream.
Well, we're living my freaking dream, Angela.
Then
you get to live it with me.
Yeah, I was even thinking that today. I was like, I'm like, I'm sure glad, we're making his dream work.
But of all the jobs you've had in your life, how great is this job?
No, it's super easy. It's great.
Compared to every job you've had.
I love all the kids that we get to talk to and minister to and love on and just, inspire. It's really cool to watch their eyes light up, and I love that. And that goes with, what I was talking about, like helping people.
Still better than running up and down hospital floors stabbing people with needles.
Yeah,
I mean, kind of.
I know. But I like that. That was great. I just needed good hours to do it instead of at midnight.
But you make more money doing this.
Yes, that's true.
So
and it's less hazardous.
There's less death involved.
Yes,
mostly. There you go. All right. Yeah. Thank you, Jack the Rabbit. Great question, man. Next question. Walking Dead 1369. Hashtag Lando. Ryan, do you have any interest in any of these Solar guitar models? A friend of mine has one ordered, but like everything else, they are back ordered and he will not get it till mid-spring. I like the Explorer style ones, but want to get my hands on one to try it out first. Angela, I think all of us longtime watchers know you are a big fan of Adele. So I was curious about what your thoughts were on one of her early contemporaries, AMy Winehouse. Ooh, good question. We got some Adele.
Yeah.
There's some Adele stuff. All right. I do have some interest in the Solar guitars. I actually, of the music channels that are out there on YouTube, because there's a question later on, because I copied and pasted them, about YouTube channels we watch. Of the music-related YouTube channels I watch, I pretty much watch all of Ola's content. It's not safe for work. There's language.
Yeah.
And there's like 13-year-old guy humor.
Yeah.
With farts and stuff. But he plays really well. And I like his style of music and playing, and he loves a lot of the bands that I loved growing up on. So I enjoy watching his YouTube channel and the fact that he started his own guitar line as other people have done. But I think he's doing a much better job of it than other people have. And yeah, I'm interested. There's been several of his models that came out that I'm like, yeah, I kind of like that. Of the ones that they make, the Explorer style, they have an Explorer style guitar that I think is cool, and they have a V. Like their V looks pretty cool. I'm always thinking I'm going to buy a V, and I just haven't found the right one yet. But I'm definitely interested. But again, kind of like you, I would love to play one first, get my hands on it and test drive it, because you got to order them, and they come from Spain. Their warehouse is in Spain. They're made in the Southeast Asia. And they get shipped to Spain to a warehouse, and then they ship from Spain all over the world.
Right.
So, you can't just go around somewhere and pick one up and test drive it. But I am interested in one. They've had a few come out that I'm like, oh, I like that. But they always come out at the wrong time. But I'm like, I have other stuff I want to buy first. So I am interested. Haven't had a chance to play one. I met Ola a couple of times at NAMM. Got some pictures. He's great. I like him. Anyways, Adele. Longtime fan of Adele, Angela. Are you still a longtime fan of Adele?
No.
Oh, no.
Adele ruined it for me. Adele's done for me.
She's
unfortunately
dead to you now.
Not dead to me. I mean, I wish her all the best. I just wish she wouldn't sell out. So, and she sold out, in my opinion. She went the way that most singers do and branched out in some weird crap. And I think she's trying to find herself. And I think, it's a slippery slope when you're that age and you're trying to find yourself. But anyways, so yeah, I'm putting a positive, pumping the brakes on Adele for right now. She's still very talented. That doesn't take away from her talent or how much I love her music. But yeah, AMy Winehouse. I think she was very talented. I think her style was awesome and eclectic and like refreshing for the era that she popped up in. I only heard the one song, like in my mind, the only song I hear is Rehab. Like that's the only thing that I think of whenever I think of AMy Winehouse. I don't know any of her other songs like off the top of my head. I probably would if you played a couple of them. But at that time when she was coming out, I wasn't interested in that type of music. It wasn't what kind of got me through the day or like fanned my flame of, oh, I need to put this on so I can totally play it in the house. It's just not that. Even Adele, I'll listen to her, but it's mostly like for me privately. It's not something I'll play out loud because it's so depressing and it's like heartbreak music. So I don't listen to it a lot. I just love her voice. So, but that's what I think about AMy Winehouse. She tragically was gone way too young, and like most people in the music industry, and she should have gone to rehab.
She probably should have.
She didn't want to, but she should have. And I think she would have been amazing now. Of course, the conspiracy theorists say that that's Lady Gaga. It's the same person.
Is it?
That's what people say. They're like, if you take all AMy Winehouse's makeup off, it looks just like Lady Gaga. And it was literally like when Amy Winehouse died, like Lady Gaga like kind of showed up all of a sudden. It's really weird. All the coincidences of how they overlapped is like, it was almost like, you know how like, was it Garth Brooks had
Chris Gaines,
you know? And,
I don't know any Chris Gaines songs.
I none
but
whatsoever.
I remember like,
but that
Chris
whole
Gaines.
like emo hair and stuff. And the people were like to say like,
I wonder if it was good.
Gaga was Amy's Chris Gaines type thing. Like it was going on at the same time. Like it overlapped just a little bit.
We should do a reaction video to some Chris Gaines songs.
And yeah, so who knows? But because you never know, you know, for most people, Elvis is still kicking at almost 90 years old or whatever, however old he'd be right now. So I don't know. But that's my thoughts on Amy Winehouse. I'd never really listened to her, but the songs that I did listen to, I really respect her voice, her style, and I wish she would have stayed around long enough to really make an impact on music. So it would have been cool to see where she'd be if she was still here.
I had a great conversation with my friend Steven today. We were talking about songs and bands and stuff that like we like, but that we can't really listen to now as adults because they're like, it's too negative.
Yeah.
And the emotions behind it, like it
just eats at you a little bit.
It kind of takes you to
a dark
place. Yeah, that you're like, I don't really need that in my life right now.
Yeah, it's like listening to, what is it, Disturbed?
Yeah. Down with the Sickness.
Or who is it? Is it the ones who sing Hello Darkness?
Hello Darkness, my old friend.
Then they do a cover of Simon Garfunkel.
I don't really need depression.
You know, it's a great song, but it's like, why would you want to sing that? Like, make those words come out of your mouth, because words have power. So. And
that was the comment that's like, you know, I can disassociate myself sometimes from certain music because I'm like just playing the guitar part.
Right.
Or I'm just focusing on the drum part and the technicality of the music and the physicalness of the thing. But as soon as you start singing the lyrics sometimes, then you kind of...
It's like...
It's like you kind of connect to the emotion of the artist who was singing it, and almost in a way you kind of into their mindset, you know, and that kind of... So we had a real existential conversation earlier today. I'm like, yeah.
Words have power, man.
They do. And that's what he said. Words that, you know, your words, life and death is in the power of the tongue. Yep. So watch what you say or sing. So, and that brings us to, wow, that was an amazing segue.
Yeah,
Comment of the day. Watch what you say and sing.
Comment of the day.
What's that? Little ears, what you hear?
Yeah. Be careful, little ears. Be careful, little eyes, what you see.
Yeah. How loud is this going to be?
Really loud.
It's going to be fine. All right, it's time for comment of the day.
Yay!
Where we're gonna, off the cuff, write a song. I'm gonna come up with a chord progression, and Angela's gonna sing a melody to some lyrics that y'all wrote.
Okay, I'm gonna look at it. I haven't even looked at it.
You should look at it while I'm talking. And that's the point. I think it was a fat philosopher last week said, y'all should practice before you do this. And I was like, that eliminates the point of it. The whole point is that we're doing this off the cuff, impromptu.
Okay.
Anybody can sit back and write stuff later. This is off the cuff.
I think I got it. Okay.
So, comment of the day song right now. Comment of the day. You ready? I think I know what I want to do.
Okay.
Okay. Not that.
If you get that reference, yeah, we are old, LOL. Yeah, we are old, LOL. Demonetized.
Walking Dead. because nobody else left a comment that was the appropriate link for comment of the day.
Yeah.
I bet Lando had a mini fridge stocked with some Colt 45 in Cloud City. If you get that reference, yeah, we are old.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah, I do.
I feel personally attacked by that.
Really,
comment.
really.
I've been struggling with being old, Walking Dead. So
God.
thanks for that. Comment of the day. Next question. Just fun guitar. Hashtag Lando. Hashtag KTMA. Not a fan of Whitney or Mariah. But then they are not my kind of music. My ex-wife liked them. But myself and wife now are more into rock music of all types. In fact, it's how we met.
Nice.
New question. What would you rather have? The ultimate voice or instrumental playing ability? I know both are subjective, but just in the context of your own taste.
Yeah.
Would you rather have ultimate singing ability or ultimate instrument ability, Angela?
Would ultimate instrument ability mean that you could pick up any instrument no matter what it was and you could play it?
Ooh, good question. Like you're the ultimate piano player, the ultimate violin player.
Yeah, so I'd be like, harpist.
Guitar player. Ultimate.
You know, like then that's what I would choose. Because your voice is just your voice. Like you can make it like whistle and do all that kind of stuff and sound really low and really high. But really, at the end of the day, it's just your voice. But to be able to pick up any single instrument and to be able to play it, you can put together a symphony of sounds that would be just out of this world. So I would pick instrument.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. What would you?
I would pick ultimate singing ability. Absolutely. I would be like,
that's so funny.
yeah, because I'm like, yeah, learning instruments is not that hard.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh, yeah, you can learn.
But to be able to play it like a master with everything that you pick up, like be able to play like the cello and like just all these string, woodwind, brass, just being able to pick it up. But I mean, singing is just singing.
Yeah, but that's not that great. But people who are like amazingly phenomenal at their instruments, like virtuosos, nobody cares about their music.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Listen, I was watching a TikTok the other day, and this guy was like pretending to be like a producer for The Lion King, and he was like, "Hey Hans, I need you to create a piece of music for a scene for a bunch of lions." Like that's what the title was, and obviously when the music starts playing, you realize it's The Lion King. Because Hans Zimmer wrote but the music and then the choirs come in and it was just like, you don't realize how beautiful the soundtrack of The Lion King was until you hear it separate from the actual movie. It was so powerful. I sat there on the couch just listening to it. I had chills from like all over because I thought the thought process to be able to put the strings together to swell and to hold that note and to be able to, I don't know.
He's not a virtuoso player. That's just a composer.
I know, but still, to be able to know those instruments and to be able to hear that in your head, but then to be able to play that and write that, to be like, that's me on the cello, that's me on that's me on the timpani, that's me. I just recorded and layered all that together, and now that's
that's not like the most crazy difficult music of all time to play.
Oh my gosh, I'm not saying that.
Let me finish my.
Oh my
let me finish.
God.
You got to talk.
I know, but you're dissing my thing.
I'm not.
Don't diss it.
Oh my god. Freaking Yngwie Malmsteen is like the greatest technical guitar player ability of all time. Mm-hmm. Green Day has sold way more records.
Yeah.
And written more songs than he has. So like, I would not want to be able to. I can play as good as Green Day. I don't need to play as good as Yngwie Malmsteen to write some mega hit songs. You kind of need to be able to sing though if you want to be in a band and write music. And it's like,
yes,
you can be.
Green Day was not a good comparison when it came to being able to sing.
I'm not saying he's a great singer.
Oh, okay.
But have you heard Yngwie sing?
Yeah, I know.
He doesn't sing. That's the point. It doesn't matter. What does that have to do with it?
What does it have to do with it? I would prefer playing instrument. You would prefer having singing.
Yeah.
That's because you don't sing and I sing.
I know.
So that's all that matters. Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying. Virtuosos don't sell a lot of records.
That's not the point. I don't want to sell records. I want to be able to do it. It has nothing to do with selling records. Not for me.
Okay.
It's to be able to pick up whatever instrument that I would want to and just be able to play it. Yes, that's what I would pick. Thank you, Just Fun Guitar. Next question. Ivan B231.
J Van B.
J Van B231. I don't have my glasses on.
Read the question.
Do y'all have a favorite non-guitar, non-music YouTube channel? #Lando.
Yeah. What's your favorite YouTube channel that doesn't involve music?
Little House on the Mountain. That's
I knew
what
that.
it is.
I predicted that you were going to say that.
Mm-hmm.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yes.
What do they do?
They just live quietly on a mountain. That's it.
Garden.
Yeah.
Raise chickens.
They just talk. She cooks food and quietly live on a mountainside. She used to be a supermodel, and he used to work for television. He kind of still does a little bit. And that's what his actual money-making job. And now they're switching over because they get plenty of views on YouTube. That they are basically just living off of their YouTube sales and their, what is it called? They have that channel that you can subscribe to them or whatever.
Like a Patreon?
Yeah, Patreon. That's what it is. And so that's what they do. And they preach. They have another channel called Philia Ministries, and they preach. And so that's what I listen to. They're Torah observers, so they do all the feasts and stuff like that. It's really interesting. But she talks about walking away from the modeling industry and how toxic it was in their life now. So that's what I watch almost every single day.
And it's soothing.
It's very soothing. It's very peaceful. It's lovely.
Because there is music. There's background music while they're doing
like instrumental type stuff. But yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's mine?
Coach Greg.
Coach Greg. Yeah. Every day.
It's got 0 carbs and 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, an RP of like, say, a zero. How do you calculate calories? 0. Boof, picture. Boof, picture. Look at the two. Same lighting, same time of day. You look way better. Not rocket science. Not a zero rocket science involved in that. 7 pounds of muscle, and it would say 0 muscle was gained. The chances of you not already eating enough protein in your diet is almost 0.
Yes.
Well, and luckily he puts out about 3 videos a day, every single day.
Yeah.
So there's no
luckily.
There's no shortage of Coach Greg videos to watch, which is brilliant because he went from 10,000 subscribers to 1 million subscribers.
Right.
And he'll say yeah, it's the number of videos you put out. Mm-hmm. The more videos you put out, the more views you get, the more chances you get to be in front of people. So I'm definitely not doing Coach Greg's philosophy of video output. No. Or else we'd have a bigger channel. But yeah, I watched a lot of Coach Greg.
I think that he's sensationalist. He's a sensationalist. He likes to push buttons, so that helps. So people love to see a car wreck.
Yeah, they like the drama.
And we don't do that. I mean, we'll do it every once in a while when we're talking about Gibson or whatever, topic.
We're not chasing the drama.
But we don't. We're not ambulance chasers. And he's a little bit like that in the fitness when it comes to certain topics. But for the most part, it's just good information.
But it works.
About how to lose weight and how to stay fit.
Yeah.
His approach is very brash, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's necessary kind of to get people out of their box and their mentality of stinking thinking.
How do you get people's attentions and stuff? But
it's like a horn honking to get you out of the street. He's not going to go, "Excuse me, ma'am, there's a semi coming." He's the "Get out of the freaking street, you idiot! What are you doing in the middle of the road?"
And he says
that's what he based. That's how I associate him.
And he says that because if you go watch his old videos, he's very calm and like, "All right, guys, here's the blah 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 and blah blah blah." And he's like, and nobody watched.
Right.
As soon as he started yelling and being more animated, nobody cares about calories in, calorie out. All right, if you eat too many calories, you're gonna blah 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 blah. And he's like, nobody gives a crap about that. Mm-hmm. But as soon as you start being sensational, and he's like, well, now people are watching. How about that? Mm-hmm. He's like, it just works. Whether it should or shouldn't, it works. But yeah.
Right, unfortunately.
So a lot of Coach Greg is what I did when I lost, I lost a fair amount of weight 2 years ago. Now it's been 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. 2020, I lost, 45 pounds. 2021, basically, I kept it all off for the entire year. And I have to say, a lot of it was Coach Greg. Like his philosophy on, the foods you eat and exercise.
It was just like an alarm clock. It was mostly like you were using it as a daily reminder to not be lazy.
Don't make dumb decisions today with food, And his big thing, we can boil it down real quick. He's calories in, calories out. That's all that matters.
Right.
Ultimately, it does. But, you know, if you're on some kind of crash diet that you can't maintain, it'll work, but then you get off of it, you're going to gain the weight back, which is what everybody does. So he's like, this is how you don't do it. High volume food with low calories.
Yep.
Something you eat that you feel super stuffed, but it was really only a few hundred calories versus a bucket of Haagen-Dazs. Mm-hmm. You just had 3,000 calorie dinner. That's why you're fat. You ate 6,000 this whole day. So, you know, don't do that. But yeah, lots of Coach Greg, like every day. Like I've already learned a lot of stuff from him. But now it's just like while I'm cooking my protein French toast that I have for breakfast, I'm listening, what's Coach Greg saying today? Calories in, calories out. I bet it's calories in, calories out.
Yep.
But, you know, now it's just in there. So go check him out. If you are interested in weight loss or fitness, getting stronger, getting healthier.
If you want to hear somebody obnoxiously tell that to you, if you don't want to hear anybody obnoxiously tell that to you, if you don't like to listen to, what is his name? The guy who talks Iago the parrot from Aladdin. That's what he said.
Gilbert Gottfried.
Gilbert Gottfried. If you don't want to listen to Gilbert Gottfried yelling at you about losing weight, then don't listen to Coach Greg. He is not for you.
But
if you don't mind it, then go for it. I do not like it. He would not. That kind of stuff does not motivate me. What it makes me want to do is reach through the camera and strangle him and pop him upside the head. And I walk away. As soon as he comes on and Ryan's listening to him, I'm like, that's great that he motivates you, but I got to walk away now because I become violent when I hear people talk like that.
You have a visceral reaction.
Yes, I do. So
that's good. That's better than being like, whatever. It's better to have a reaction like that.
No, it's not.
All right. Thank you, J Van B231. Final question. Fat Philosopher. Question for Angela. Rank the following disco bands on their singing ability and dance moves.
No, Lord.
Boney M.
Don't know who that is.
Bee Gees. ABBA. Opinion. Bobby Farrell can dance Michael Jackson into the ground. LOL. That is an opinion.
That is.
That is an opinion that you possess.
Yes, and probably you alone.
Yeah. I don't know who Boney M is.
I have no idea who Boney M is. Boney?
It says Boney. Boney.
Yeah.
Bonnie would be 2 N's.
Okay, so singing ability
and dance moves.
I don't know who Boney M is. I don't know their songs. If you would
stricken from the record.
Yeah.
But Bee Gees
between
and
the
ABBA.
Bee Gees and ABBA. That's hard. Do Bee Gees dance other than like walk and stand in awkward doorways? That's all they really do in any of that.
They're no Michael Jackson.
All I know with ABBA is that they kind of do the same. I don't really see, but to be able to dance to their music, I would say
it's dance moves.
Dance moves.
Singing ability and dance moves. They're no Janet Jackson.
Yeah. I
They're
think
no Paula Abdul.
Bee Gees and ABBA pretty much have the same dance moves. There's just that generic kind of white person at a disco kind of thing where they kind of just have that awkward.
I feel attacked.
With the microphone, they have that kind of with their bell bottoms on, So I would say tie on both accounts.
It's a tie.
Because Bee Gees, they have that really great falsetto voice, and they have that really great. I don't know, when you think of the 70s, you think of Bee Gees. But then ABBA has that great harmony, and the women's voice are just so spectacular, and they just have that great 4-part harmony. I'd rather listen to ABBA.
Yeah, I find the Bee Gees annoying.
So because I could probably sing maybe 12 ABBA songs compared to maybe like 3 Bee Gees, like right off the top of my head. Staying Alive.
And is singing falsetto all the time necessarily like a super amazing thing?
Yeah.
Just like,
yeah.
Is that any more impressive?
ABBA is like all over the place.
Yeah, is that any more impressive than just singing your chest voice all the time?
Yeah,
I only sing chest voice.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I would say ABBA wins when it comes to my personal taste. So there you go.
There you go. Final question. Controversy. All the controversy today. So excited. All right. Thank you guys so much for the questions this week. That's it. No more questions this week. If you have a question for next week, type it down below in the comment section with your whatever we're doing about. I don't even know. Yeah. With your question below, type a comment for next week, and we will try to answer a question that you have. If you have a reasonably long length, not too long, not too short comment, it might make it into the comment of the day song for next week. We'll see what happens. Walking Dead has really high chances because he leaves comments as he watches. As he watches, he leaves a comment. Next question, leaves a comment, which is great. I love that. Leave your comment and feedback on the other questions. What is your opinion on the Fender Trem arm situation with Rick? And what's your biggest passion outside of music? Obviously, if you're watching this channel, you probably like music. What's your biggest passion outside of music? Tell us that down below. Ask a question, and we'll see you in the next video. But we also have to do our secret hashtag of the day.
Yeah.
Secret hashtag of the day. If you watch this entire video all the way through, or play a little game, secret hashtag of the day, type that with your comment or a question. And we'll know that you watched the whole thing. Last week it was Lando, which is why all the hashtag Landos with all the comments this time. So this week it's going to be hashtag what?
I don't know.
Hashtag I don't know. And that'll be the hashtag for the next week. How about hashtag ABBA?
There you go.
That if you hashtag ABBA, we'll know that you watched this entire video from beginning to end, and you have unlocked the legend status in the comment section down below. Thank you guys and gals so much. We will see you in the next video. Until then, keep the music alive.
Don't forget it.
The music needs you.
And you need the music.
And we need to keep it alive for the next generation.
That's right.
Of musicians.
Yep.
All right. We'll see you guys then.
Okie dokie.
Bye.
Bye. So long, farewell, la vida c'est adieu.
And you, and you, and you, and you, and you. Demonetized.
Probably.